Welcome to Unleash Everyone's True Potential. More personal, customer, and business relationships are damaged by a clash of personality than for any other reason. Primary personality may be described as a combination of emotive traits and assertive traits that form our predominant behavior, and no one gets a second chance to make a first impression. You probably approach a lion, a wolf, a lamb, and an owl quite differently, but have you considered how you approach other people? There are 4 voiceovers in our series, each describing one of the 4 primary personalities. This voiceover describes someone who displays high emotion with low assertiveness. We call this style the warm asker, which represents 40% of the tested population. Well, what a contrast from my last meeting. Smiling like a long-lost friend, he rested his left hand on my shoulder as we shook hands. He reminded me of my childhood recollections of Father Christmas. Jovial, friendly, inviting, trusting. His office was more of a den than a place of work, with lots of personal items and pictures of his family. His overcoat lay slung over the back of his chair. I knew from the start I was dealing with a warm asker. Recognizing this, it was essential I became his friend before anything else. I needed to give him sufficient reasons to trust me personally with those things most precious to him: his family, his employees. People come first with a warm asker, and that means personal trust. I remained relaxed and cordial. Pulling out paperwork or raising an agenda this early would make him feel I was a machine. He would probably clam up and I would lose any relationship before it began. Oh, he'd never be so rude as to tell me to leave. He simply wouldn't respond to any future contact from me. Okay, how do I behave with a warm asker? I took things slow and deliberate, drawing upon his experiences with his family, his staff, and his business. All the people who are important to him. Though in truth, almost everyone is important to him, even me. I mentioned we were meeting because a close personal friend of his trusted me to do the right thing for her. I explained that I really needed to take the time to get to know him as a person, and how he feels about his family, his business, and his friends. Not just for now, but for the foreseeable future as our relationship grows. Warm askers are not assertive. They can be oversensitive to people's feelings, expecting their own to be accommodated too. Therefore, I must use gentle persuasion to encourage him to move forward, rather than appear pushy. As he freely displays his emotions, I was prepared to accept even his sadness as he let me into his private life. A loved pet had recently died. Warm askers are not decisive, preferring consensus to outright decision-making. So I expected more than a couple of meetings with him, and probably involving those he felt needed to join in too. This awareness is helpful because it allows me to prepare specific, simple solutions to each of his concerns and chat through ways of resolving them together. I needed to allow for his social agenda too. If he does business with me, it will be because he likes me. And if he likes me enough to seek my advice, I can expect invitations to family or business events and must be careful to attend as often as possible. After 20 minutes of hearing about his world, I casually asked, "What is your attitude to?"